Hello and welcome to another Czech day trip with me, Paul Colto. Today's trip comes recommended by one of you, dear viewers, Marek. We'll be visiting the observation tower on top of Děčínský Sněžník, the small, picturesque village of OSTROV, the large sandstone rocks in the village of Tisa, and we'll even see a large reptile. 90 minutes by train north of Prague is the city of Děčín. With a population of 49,000, it's one of the greenest cities in the Czech Republic. The Baroque chateau's original construction, which we just saw, took place in the 10th century, and the most recent reconstruction took place between 1786 and 92. And a short, steep climb to the opposite side of the river from the chateau, gifts us this splendid view of the city of Děčín. Off we go on our hike. A bench, possibly for young lovers. QR codes are on all the information boards and even on some trees. If you scan the code, you get a little quiz, which can easily be translated to English, and it's about the Czech Republic and Czech nature. As we head towards the observation tower in the distance there, it's a long 9-kilometer uphill hike. It's not for the faint-hearted, and there is an easier option to reach the observation tower that I will show you later. Some local wildlife, this time an amphibian. And dear viewer, why are these plants painted blue? Time for a snack, and what more perfect place than this? What's that that's on the table? It looks like some kind of treasure. It can't be. It is. Two kilometers from our first checkpoint, and we're up at about 700 meters above sea level now. And here we've reached the top of Děčínský Sněžník. This is the largest table mountain in the Czech Republic, 723 meters above sea level, offering incredible views of Bohemia and Saxony. I had a short but pleasant chat with a fellow hiker.
To je fakt krásný, ne?
No, je to krásný.
A perfektní počasí.
No. A na druhé straně fouká. Tak, šťastnou cestu. Ahoj.
Ne, děkuji, nashledanou.
And finally, the observation tower came into view. It's one of the oldest observation towers in the Czech Republic, originally constructed in 1864 and renovated in 1992. In this little hut, you can buy beer, coffee, or a hot long sausage, and if you pay the man a €4 deposit, he'll give you your very own key to the castle. You must remember to turn the key about 17 times, like every lock in the Czech Republic. And once you've done that, you can climb the 153 stone steps to the top of the observation tower. What a view! South to the Czech Republic and north to Germany, just a few kilometers in the distance. You can even just about see the German city of Dresden. There's a bed and breakfast and a restaurant which offers incredible views. And I rather fancied a Tyrannosaurus Rex might appear from those trees rustling in the wind. Time to head down the hill. And just a couple of kilometers away is a bus stop, a car park, and a pub. And this is probably a more gentle way to climb Děčínský Sněžník. A small group of Czech scouts prepare to scale the mountain, but for me, it's lunchtime. And this perfect little picnic hut was the place for me. Onwards towards my second destination, and a brief hint of the sandstone rocks, many more of which I would see later. But first, the village of OSTROV, only 300 meters from the German border. The center point of OSTROV are the lakes that surround a 4-star hotel and the perfectly manicured gardens, a tranquil abyss. You can even swim in these lakes. There were some people swimming, but I felt rather uncomfortable filming them. And of course, these large sandstone rocks poking their heads out of the hillside and looming over you as you enjoy your breakfast at the hotel. And now, finally, on to my third destination, the rocks in the village of Tisa. It's a short walk from OSTROV, and this brave girl was climbing one of the rocks. By now, I was starting to feel a little thirsty, and this huge tourist cottage, restaurant, and pub arrived just at the right moment. Here, you pay the man €2 or 50 Czech crowns, and you receive a map of the rocks you are about to see, which all have numbers and names for children to spot and locate. It's a magical labyrinth of sandstone rocks that were formed between 85 and 100 million years ago during the Mesozoic era at the bottom of the sea. Before the 18th century, locals believed the rocks had been created by the devil and were too afraid to enter the whole area. Poets, painters, and scientists were the first who were brave enough to visit and to bravely explore them. And of course, there's one last lookout point that looks south and offers another incredible view. Down the hill, and time for another pub, I think. This one was located just at the bottom, and I enjoyed a beer from the Falkenstein brewery, which is a local brewery about 35 kilometers from Děčín. A lovely summer ale. From there, I scuttled down to the bus stop and caught the first of 2 buses back to Děčín. I had an hour to kill in Děčín, so I found a restaurant and ordered my guilty pleasure. As I ate, I looked out of the window and spotted a gentleman with a snake. The waitress and the chef with the gloves on her hand were bewitched by this creature, the chef even taking off her gloves and stroking it with her naked hands. After a while, the gentleman put the snake around his neck and with his friend continued on his merry way. I caught my train at 6 minutes, charged my telephone, and began the 90-minute direct ride back to Prague Central Station, passing a castle on the mountainside and numerous beautiful hills dotted with cottages close to the city of Ústí nad Labem. So what did I learn from this trip? I learned that the very first time you do a new trip is an almost unbeatable experience. And I owe a huge thank you to Marek for recommending this trip to me. If you have any other recommendations, please do leave them in the comments below. I thoroughly recommend this trip. It was perhaps one of the most magical so far, because all the previous trips I had done before. There's a map of this trip in the description. Be sure to connect with me on social media, and please do like, subscribe, and share this video so we can spread the word of the beauty of the Czech Republic. Finally, dear viewer, all that's left to say is thank you very much for watching. Happy tripping and toot toot.